Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick-and-mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I'm passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love, because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you are meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It is me, myself, and I today, and we are talking about one of my favorite topics and something that I am so well known for, and that is energy. But we're going to go a little deeper on that, and the topic specifically that I want to talk about is that energy is contagious, and so is the opposite. Everyone asks me the same question. I get this question so often. Ali, how do you have so much energy? Oh my gosh, you have so much energy. How do I get your energy? This is something I hear so frequently, and I love it. And I actually want to be able to teach more on it, share more on it. So yes, people ask, how do I have so much energy? But nobody ever really asks that question of what happens to a room, a team, a partnership, a marriage when I don't. And that's what I want to talk about today. And this is something that I have learned with hosting events and running Benchmark Fitness. It's been 7 years now. We just celebrated 7 years in June. And we are a community-focused brick and mortar luxury gym. And building this brand alongside Matt, my energy is never private. The second I walk into a room, and in this case, let's even speak about Benchmark, like the second I walk into the gym, or maybe for you, it's a meeting, for me, workout floor, maybe you are in the coaching space, so it's a client call. It's not just being present, but like you're really setting the temperature. So I can walk onto that gym floor. I can go through the doors at Benchmark. And even if I'm exhausted, actually guys, recording this episode right now, I think I had about 6.5 hours sleep last night, which I know some of you probably listening are like, that's amazing. I am more of an 8 to 9 hour girly. I've worked really hard over the last, 6 years to really dial in my sleep. So I am in the 8 to 9 hours of sleep, but I did not have that last night. So yeah, I was exhausted, but guess what? I had to show up with energy today because I was teaching a class for our community, and energy is one of the most important things that I can bring to the table. So even if I walk into the gym and I'm exhausted, that energy is what the energy would be in that room. And I don't want that. So whether I want it to be or not, it is something that I have to take responsibility for. And that's a big part of leadership. It isn't just doing the work. It's also setting the emotional tone for everyone standing next to you while you do it. You're leading by example in real time. And even if you want to look at like the cost of low energy leadership, like that's what I want to be honest with you about as well. That is not always easy to hold. And there's a real pressure that comes with being the energetic one. It's something I love being known for. It's something I take really seriously, but I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be really honest with you guys that yeah, sometimes there is pressure to that and that people expect that. And I expect that of myself. I will say this all the time, especially when we're interviewing new candidates to join the Benchmark team, whether it's as group fitness instructors or personal trainers or a director, senior positions. I have high expectations of myself, of the people that work for us, work with us, even our members. We have high expectations that they're going to, respect one another, respect the space, respect our team. But I also have that expectation of myself that I want to walk in and I want to light up the room every single time. But again, I'm going to be honest with you. I have totally had moments, whether it is standing in front of a class or being on a one-on-one coaching call or a group mastermind call, or even like onboarding a new trainer, even conversations with Matt, where I can feel my energy shift. And I mean, so often it's for the better, but I am also human, that I have had moments where I can witness in real time. I can feel that my energy might ripple in a different direction than I want it to. And this is where I think it's kind of cool that we can talk about the weight of this. In this case, we're talking about energy being a thermostat instead of a thermometer. And so let's kind of dive into this metaphor. So a thermometer just reflects the room, right? We all have this in our homes. If it's summer, hopefully you have one and it's some nice air conditioning that you're enjoying. But that thermometer reflects the room. It takes its cue from whatever's already happening around it. Get that vibe check, get the beat. Obviously, we're talking about the thermometer, that's more air, but you see I'm trying to parlay this into a actionable metaphor. However, a thermostat sets the room, and it's going to decide the temperature that everybody else adjusts to. So if you're a leader in your business, at home, the CEO of your home, if you're leading a team, honestly, guys, even being a leader on the internet with how you show up in your content, you are a thermostat, whether you have claimed that role or not. And again, even if it is in content, you have to be so aware of that, because people are very smart with how they are consuming content these days and wanting to create a way for people to know you, like you, and trust you. So the real work isn't just chasing energy. It's also regulating yourself before you show up for everyone else. If 2026 is the year you stop playing small in your business, listen up. This is for you. If you're a business owner making between $25K and $500K and you're ready for real growth, not just more information, the Mentor Collective Mastermind is for you. You'll be coached by Chris and Lori Harder, supported by a team of expert coaches, and guided every step of the way with built-in accountability from yours truly and Matt as your accountability coaches. This isn't just strategy, it's mentorship, structure, and a powerful community of entrepreneurs scaling together. If you're ready to elevate your income, your impact, and your life and circle in 2026, apply for the Mentor Collective Mastermind today. I actually had a couple of cool episodes here, recently with Dr. Michelle Paris. We've chatted about some of the, nervous system work and regulating that nervous system. That these are things that you can do, and everyone is different. You'll have to do a little bit of, workshopping to find what works for you. And a big thing for me in terms of generating energy, especially if I don't have it, I need movement. And if you follow me on social, you probably see that when I teach a class, a group fitness class on Saturday mornings at Benchmark Fitness, I will always prioritize going in even earlier to do my own workout, sometimes even also a cold plunge. So I'll do cardio, because I find when I can do intervals on the treadmill, that really helps me, be efficient with my time in just 20 or 30 minutes and get a good sweat and be able to generate really great energy. And then maybe I also add, yes, a cold plunge after that. And then I'll move into the prep in terms of my playlist and my workout stations and the equipment and all of that. But that has become a routine for me that I am committed to, because when I teach that group fitness class, I want to show up as the best version of Coach Allie that my community deserves. And I'm going to take responsibility of taking the action to do what is necessary to achieve that best version of myself. So that's a personal example for me. And even with my one-on-one coaching clients, a lot of the clients I'm supporting right now are via Zoom. So I like to light a candle. I like to smudge my space. Sometimes it's Palo Santo, sometimes it's sage. I have a nice candle. I've been loving my pulp and press organic cold pressed juices. I'll have that at my desk. Always a full bottle of water, because those are things that make me feel good so that I can then show up for my clients in the best way. I like having my phone face down so that I'm not distracted, and just being able to set the tone so that I can be prepared to know, what does this person need from me today? What do they need for my energy? My one client, Madeline, we are big coffee girls. So we also talk about the coffees that we've had. And sometimes I also prioritize having a great iced coffee, because we operate from a very a high frequency state. And that's something that we are connected on. We both really love iced coffee. But you will get to know what it is that you need to do. And if you're in very beginning phase of this, and even listening to this episode, that perhaps is inspiring you to take note of this and be really mindful and aware of getting into that space of how you're going to regulate yourself before you show up for everyone else, and how you're going to get that energetic state, Maybe you need to turn to movement. Maybe it is a candle or a warm cup of tea. Again, you can think about what this is. Maybe it's journaling, reading a couple pages in a book. But I think you should just take a pause, maybe even journal on this if that's something that you like to do, and think about what it is that the best version of you needs to show up with that high energy state so that you can pour into your clients, your business, your product in the best way. And here's an even bigger truth, that your energy isn't separate from your brand. It's so funny that I actually am even just saying this because just before this, we had a team meeting at Benchmark. And I was saying something like this to the team, where I have had real life examples of being Benchmark Fitness owner, Allie, for the high energy state and truly caring about people's well-being, that have brought situations outside of our walls that have had a lasting effect and made an impression on someone that they remembered. And they're like, I'm looking for a gym. And that girl, Allie from Benchmark, she did this for me, or she said this, or she was nice, or her energy was great. Whatever, insert specific example that has had a positive effect on our business. And just recently in the last week, I've had not one, but two people tell me that they've been attracted to Benchmark because of my energy. So this is something that I am always thinking about, and it's not something I'm turning on. It is me. Now, yes, I am human. I am honest that sometimes, yes, I do have to turn it on, but for the most part, let's call it a 90% rate, that I am always operating from that high frequency, that consistent good energy version of Allie. So when someone joins Benchmark, again, let's use Benchmark as this consistent example here, whether they are joining Benchmark or working with me, whether it's one-on-one in the gym, my small group training, or on the other side, if it's working with me one-on-one from a mentorship standpoint, or maybe joining us inside the Mentor Collective Mastermind for that group coaching, that group mastermind energy, they're not just buying a service. Or if you're product-based, they're not just buying your product or service. They are buying into the energy that they want to be around. And that's the business. Maybe it's even like the body that they want to achieve, or the life. All of this is connected. And again, these are the real life examples that I've just had, that people are interested and have been attracted to join Benchmark because of the energy that exists in the 5,000 square feet of our space, but also with our community, with our team, with me, with Matt. And I am so proud of that. And you guys can have this too. So you just have to be mindful of, are you, the thermostat or the thermometer, going back to that, but just having that moment of reflection so that you can think about this, of how you can pour that into your business, or even just looking at it in a very microsphere before your next meeting or your next client or your next workout. Maybe just practice that and see how things can shift around you. And if you are ready, this will be your formal invitation. If you are ready to actually build that kind of energy and leadership in your own business, whether it is brick and mortar, whether your service, whether your product, let's work together. I have two ways that you can work with me. And whether you like more intimate experiences or you like more community experiences, first things first, I have just 2 one-on-one coaching spots left to work with me right now. And it's a me and you. We're going to hop on Zoom. If you're local, I'm also so happy to meet in person. I love in-person connection, but I also love being able to help people all over the world. And this is for ambitious females that are ready to grow and lead differently and attract new, exciting, aligned opportunities. If that is you, DM me. Let's chat. Let's see if we're a fit to work together. I would love, 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 love to support you. However, if you are someone that wants the energy of a community, oh my gosh, you need to join us in the Mentor Collective Mastermind. Matt and I are in there every single week, keeping you accountable to things that you are working on, to your goals, things that are challenging you. Plus, you get to spend some quality time with 2 of our favorite humans, Chris and Lori Harder, and a team of amazing coaches. So many of them are actually some of our closest friends. And it's a room online where high-level entrepreneurs come together, grow together, support one another, cheer each other on. And, you guys know I love getting in the room because the room can really, truly change anything and everything. So if that also feels great, then DM me. Let's get you set up with a discovery call, get you onboarded, and we'd love to welcome you to the community. So that is what I have for you today, my friends. Go set that temperature of yours. Operate from that high frequency state, high energy. I am sending you so much love and gratitude and great energy. And we will see you again soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean so much to me if you took a few seconds and shared this on social media, sent it to a friend, or left a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I'm so grateful to have you part of mine.